What's up, guys? My name is Ty, and my friends like to call me the Asian Wonder. And I want to thank you guys for coming here and visiting my website. You're here because you want to either get leaner, you want to get more muscular, lose body fat, have more endurance, be more explosive, or you want to make some kind of enhancements to your body. And I want to make sure that you take full advantage of what I have to offer you on my website. In the last 18 years that I've been training people in sports performance and getting people into shape, I've developed this program and this routine, and I've condensed it and I've whittled it down and I've formulated it so it's the best of the best that I have in the last 18 years that I've been training people since I was 18 years old. Okay? The first thing that you need to know is that when you train, you have to try to follow with what Mother Nature intended the human body to do and not try to go against the grain or try to swim upstream. You want to go in the direction that nature has our body going so that you can get the most results in the fastest and the shortest period of time. And right here is a calendar of the months of the year, starting with March, April, May, and then you're going to look at it and you're going to say, hey, Asian Wonder, why are you starting the year with March? Now, I'm only doing that because right now I live in the United States of America, and this calendar schedule fits more for the people that live in North America, Mexico, and South America. If you're living in Europe and watching this, or living in Africa or Asia or Australia, then you might want to have to readjust it. But as long as you understand how the human body changes with the seasons, then you can accommodate to the region that you're living in. So right here, what I do is I'll point out to people that somewhere around Halloween, somewhere around the fall season, and depending upon what country you're in, you might want to pay attention to that. But I noticed that in North America, somewhere around October, the human body starts to accumulate fat. And the reason why it does that is that Mother Nature wants us to survive the winter season because we may not have any food. It's, 100, 200 years ago, if you didn't have no food during the winter time, you would die. So nature has it so that you start storing food. Just like a bear gets fatter and starts to go into hibernation and the metabolism slows down, that's how you accumulate fat. Well, here's the thing that you do during that time of the year is what you try to do is that you try to tell the human body to, instead of storing the extra food or fuel as fat, to store it as muscle. And the way that you do that is by training and by lifting weights and by exercising. And by doing that, the human body will store that excess fuel as muscle instead of body fat. So you don't walk around with a fat ass, okay? So what you do here is that you start around what I do is the best way for me to remember this, because I'm not really that smart, okay? Because I got dropped too many times in my head when I was young. So what I do is I remember this by thinking of it as the Halloween season, right? So on Halloween is when I go into muscle gain mode and try to get more muscle, right? So right here, right around Halloween or right when school starts, I'll start going in here because during this time is when you can accumulate the most weight. And it's up to you. If you exercise and you can tell the human body to accumulate that weight as muscle instead of fat. Now, when we come back to this side, I would say around March, the human body starts to shed the body fat, right? And then it comes out of hibernation mode, and then it goes into a lean mode to get lean for the spring and the summer. And the best way for me to remember this is that right around, I would say, Valentine's Day, right? I would start thinking about, hey, I need to start going into lean mode now and start to get leaner from my body. And that's when the body fat right here decreases. And I draw the body fat in red because everybody I know hates to have excess body fat, right? So that's what you would do here. Now, if you're in a country like Africa, or you're in Australia, or you're in Asia where obesity and overweightness is not a big issue, well then this may not be a big issue for you. But in North America, we have a massive issue with obesity and being overweight. So that's why I'm putting a lot of emphasis on this. So the first step in developing your workout routine, step number one, right here, is to determine what month are you in the season. So if you happen to be watching this video and you want to start your workout and you're in the month of March, right, then your goal would be to start looking at how to trim it and lose body fat. Now, keep in mind, folks, that if you've been training for more than a year, this is very important. But if you have not trained at all for at least a year, then this is not really that important. This is more for people that haven't trained in a year or so, right? So the first step is to determine what month are you in, right here. What month? The next step, right, is determine what week that you're in. Step number 2, right here, is to determine how are you going to structure your weekly workouts. So, and here's how you do it. The way that you would do it is that you would work out right here for like 6 weeks. And then after that 6 weeks, you would take about 5 days off. And that's 5 rest days. And it's very important because you have to rest your body. And then you come back and then you do another 6 weeks right there. And then you take another 5 days off right there. Now, why 6 weeks, right? Well, I've tested it. During my research, right, in my experimental years, I did some research and I tried to use 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks. And the one that I found that was the most optimum for the human body to get the most results in the shortest period of time, right? And to not lose determination, not to lose perseverance, and not to lose the drive and the motivation so that you continue to work out for the entire year. The ideal time is 6 weeks. Now, the 8 weeks, keep in mind, folks, I would only recommend for athletes. If you're just an everyday person going to work, coming home, and you just want to look good, and you just want to look good for your prom or for your wedding or for your birthday or anything like that, I would just stick with the 6 weeks on and then 5 days off, 6 weeks on and 5 days off. So hopefully that you guys can understand that. That step 2 is to determine what part of the training cycle that you're on. The next thing that we need to look at is step 3. Remember, this is monthly, this would be a weekly right here, and now we go to step 3, which is the daily, and how you should look at your daily workouts and the frequency. The first thing that you want to figure out for yourself is how many times a week am I going to work out? I would say that 4 times a week is what I call the maximum gains. Why? That's ideal. Now, that right there, you would do what I call an upper body workout right here. And remember,
you would do the lower body right here on Tuesday. Now, over here on Wednesday, you would rest. Right here. You would rest. R for rest. Okay? Now, on Thursday, what you do is you repeat the same upper body workout again over here. And then on Friday, you repeat the lower body workout. So notice this, guys. If you do this correctly, you repeat each muscle group. So your chest would be done twice, your legs would be done twice, your back, every muscle gets hit twice. Right here. Your abs, everything. I haven't left nothing out. So you rest here on Wednesday, and then you also rest here on Saturday. Right here. And then on Sunday, you definitely need to rest completely.
That you want to lose that extra body fat because you got a wedding coming up or you got a birthday coming up or something like that, you can do what I call some active rest. That means that you can go play some golf, you can play basketball, you can go play a little tennis or anything like that. But I really don't recommend it because you're really pushing your body already by working out 4 times a week. Now, the next thing is that if you're not able to work out 4 times a week because of your kids, because of your family, because your boyfriend, girlfriend, work schedule, school schedule, anything like that, then what I would recommend you do is that you work out 3 times a week. And in this workout right here, it will give you what I call moderate gains. Right here. So it would just be, it won't give you the maximum gains. When I say moderate or maximum, that means that how fast does your body change the shape of it and how much improvements can you expect. So right here, this is ideal. Don't think just because I say that it's moderate that it's not good, okay? Because for myself personally, over half the year I would spend doing this workout right here simply because of my work schedule or because of things at school, things like that. I don't have time to work out 4 times a week like I used to when I was in my 20s. So because of that, I would actually do this most of the year. On the 3-day per week, which you're doing moderate gains, what you would do is you would work the upper body here, you would rest here, work the lower body here, you would rest here, and then you would do is you would rest again on a Saturday, and then over here, if you can, you want to do the active rest. Now, the next thing is that if you are not able to go on this schedule, then the next thing that I would recommend is doing this, which will also give you some moderate gains right here also, right? Is that you would do a combo workout right here.
And then you would rest right here. And then you would do a combo workout again right here. And then you would rest right here. And then you would do a combo workout again. And you would rest right here. And then you would have some active rest over here.
Now, this last one right here is a unique situation that we're going to be in right here. And this happens more often than not. So I had to develop a workout routine to make sure that my clients had something to do during these emergency situations. And this is what I call like backup workout routines. or emergency situation routines where things happen and you're on a 6-week training cycle and you're doing 4 days a week and something goes wild, you get called for the job, there's an emergency, the Twin Towers blows up and you don't have an office no more and you're scrambling to get things done, then you would go on this 2 times a week per week workout routine right here. And this right here is not for gains. This one right here is just for maintenance only. Keep that in mind, folks. You will not lose body fat. You're not going to get faster. You're not going to get stronger. You're not going to get quicker. You're not going to do anything right here on the 2 times per week. All this is for is just to maintain what you have so you don't lose it and you don't have to start your training cycle over again. Now, if you'll remember earlier, I said that if you're on week 4 of your 6-week training cycle and you skip something, then because of work or an emergency and you can't finish it, then you would default to this maintenance routine right here. So there's times when because of work or obligations outside of the gym where I have to be busy and I can't come work out, what I'll do is I'll do it 2 times per week. And when I do that, this is how it works.
What I would do is that I would do a combo workout right here. On Monday, I would do a combo workout right here. And then I would try to do some cardio over here. Then I would rest right here, rest, and rest. So right there, folks, I hope that you guys understand that.
That once you guys get this down, after you select number 1, what month you're in, number 2, how many weeks are in your training cycle, and either go with 6 or 8 weeks. The only time that I recommend 8 weeks is if you're an athlete. If you're just a regular household, just a regular businessman, housewife, and just trying to get in shape, or you're still a student in school, then I would recommend just going with the 6 weeks and not pushing yourself beyond that. Right? Because it's not necessary and you're going to damage your body and you're going to destroy yourself mentally and it's going to kill your motivation to continue working out. So after you figure out step number 2, what training cycle you're on, step number 3 is to determine how many days a week can I work out. And keep it real, folks. Now, I know that some of you guys might want to pack on 20 pounds of muscle or lose 20 pounds of body fat or get faster and quicker, leaner and quicker, right? But the human body can only change so fast, folks. And so select the right one. If you know that you can only work out 4 times a week, or you know you can only work out 3 times a week, don't set yourself a goal that is way out of reach for you and go with 4 times a week. If you're not sure and you haven't been working out for at least 3 to 6 months, then what I would recommend you do is just go with one of the 3 days per week workout. Do not go crazy and go with the 4 times per week because you're going to destroy your body, you're going to overtrain, and you're going to lose motivation, and you're going to quit and give up. That's the main reason why everybody gives up after the New Year's is because they overtrain themselves. So don't do that. If you haven't worked out in 3 to 6 months, then what you need to do is just start off with one of the 3-day workout routines that best fits your schedule, right? And keep in mind, folks, I've trained hundreds of people already, and I've noticed the certain work schedule they have, especially here in North America. You want to stick with something very similar to this. If you work from Monday through Friday, this is the best and the ideal schedules that I've noticed in my research and my training experience that people will stick to the schedule. So if you set yourself a schedule that you're not going to stick to, then you're going to give up training before you even start. So keep that in mind, folks. Now, in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what the upper body exercises are and exactly what the lower body exercises are and exactly how to rest when you're resting. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than this, folks. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to show you exactly everything you need to do and just do exactly what I'm showing you because I've already done it with hundreds of people and it works. And so thanks for watching this video. In the next video, go and watch video number 2 and you'll see how I explain to you how to determine what the upper body exercises should be and what the lower body exercise should be depending upon what your needs are and what your goals are. Thanks for watching this video, and if you like it, please send it to one of your friends, Facebook it, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, do what you gotta do so you can spread the word around. This stuff is easy, folks. It's not that difficult, and don't let somebody else tell you that it is. Thanks.